everyone, I'm Valerie Cradd. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you part of the family here on YouTube. On this channel, girl, I like to run my mouth, yap it up with you guys, and share bits of my life in my weekly vlogs. And I also like to sit down from time to time and just kind of motivate you, inspire you to live your best life, sis, okay? And so that's what this video is going to be. Motivation to let you know that it's not too late to make 2025 your best year yet. Now, I know we're in February from the moment that I upload this video. Not sure when you watch this, but whenever you watch this video, girl, this still applies to you. I know a lot of people are feeling like February is their new year start, and girl, that is perfectly fine, because what was that mess of January, okay? January was an entire year in itself, and it's just like, girl, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, January, what's going on? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? So I know some people were definitely feeling connected to start in February. Some people are led to start in the spring because it's like a fresh season, a new start. And also, some people decide that they want to just start over on their birthday. Anytime you want to start your life over, pivot, recalibrate, or whatever you want to call it, girl, you can, okay? As long as you have breath in your body, you are able to make a difference. You are able to change your life. So one of the first things you're going to want to do is reevaluate your goals. Now, I was just telling y'all how January was a whole, girl, it was something else, okay? You were living it. I mean, I am inside my own little bubble, and I did have my happy-go-lucky moments and things like that. But at the same time, it's like, I cannot ignore everything that has been going on. And with that being said, it's kind of like, girl, the goals that I set back in December, are these things really, really important to me based off of the things that are going on in life right now? Is this really what I want to be striving for, or do I want something different? So it is okay if you need to go back to the drawing board and look at your list and be like, you know what? I said I was going to do a lot of traveling this year. That caused you to get on a plane, and you might feel like you don't want to get on the plane right now. Maybe you want to switch that up to doing road trips, you know what I'm saying, with different pit stops. Or maybe you want to take that money that you were going to travel with and actually throw it into a savings account or invest in a property. It's okay if the goals look different, but the thing is, you have to put them back in front of your face and just try to figure out, is this the direction that I still want to go? For me, girl, yes. You know, I still want to do the things that I set out to do, but at the same time, it's like some of my goals are more important to me now, where at the beginning of the year, I kind of felt like this is what I'm about to do. This is going to be my main focus. And it's like, now it's kind of like, girl, let me make sure I'm spending time with my family and loving on them. Not that I wasn't going to do that anyway, but it's just kind of like, let me really make sure that I'm pouring into my family, spending time with my mom, visiting her, like, you know what I'm saying, pulling up on my friends and loving on them, things like that, you know, and just being like super intentional about that. Like, yes, let's create this content, let's get this bread and all this other kind of stuff. Don't spend so much time working that you're not spending time with your family, you're not creating memories with your friends and things like that. Your goals may not look different, but it's just always good to kind of keep them in your face. And like I said, just reevaluate and change things up if you need to, baby. Something might get scratched all the way off of your list and something might get added. Maybe you're having a conversation with someone and they say, you know what, I really have gotten into like making bread, and I make different types of breads and stuff, and you find that intriguing and you want to dabble into that. So maybe that can be a hobby that you want to add. Make sure that you just reevaluate and look at your goals and tweak them as needed. All right, the second thing is going to be the same that I talked about in a previous video, but it was like vlog style, so I kind of want to reiterate it here as a sit down video. But start small and stay consistent. The whole thing is you don't have to go all in overnight unless you want to, sis. If you want to, if you feel like I'm going to be just so committed to this thing, that's fine. But you don't want to lose momentum halfway through, or if you go so hard and you miss one day, it just kind of discourages you and you take like 2-3 weeks off, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I think that starting small is so important, and it helps you to stay more consistent. Small daily habits is what's going to create that massive change in your life, and that's what we ultimately want, right? We want our lives to look different at the end of the year, and now it's not too late. And I think that sometimes it's like, oh man, if it's not balls to the wall, you feel like you're not moving or you're not able to see a difference. But over time, you guys, it's like once you document your life, okay, take the pictures, document with pen and paper, like get you a journal and document your life, record the videos and things like that. That way you can see in 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, your progress, right? And how you were able to stay consistent because you started off small and you built your momentum. So, if your goal is to get healthier, like myself, I do want to live a healthier lifestyle this year. You may not want to just jump into like a hardcore gym routine, right? Like maybe you want to be like, okay, girl, let me just make sure that I'm moving my body 30 minutes a day. You may have a walking pad, you may go outside, you might actually go to the gym and get on the treadmill for 30 minutes. Whatever that looks like, may not necessarily want to just go in and be like, I'm gonna be in the gym for 3 hours and I'm gonna make sure that I'm doing full body workouts every single day. Like, girl, pause, okay? So I know I want to live a healthier lifestyle, but at the same time, it's like, girl, in January, what did you do? I think I went to the gym like twice and I moved my body. I move my body quite often, but not as much as I would like. So I was like, you know what is an attainable goal for myself that I know I can hit? And I said, you know what, girl, 3 days a week. Now, if you go over 3 days, that's fine. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're going to get it in at the gym. 3 days a week. I'm going to be committed. Today is Monday. I went today. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to force myself to be like 5 days a week, 7 days a week. Because, girl, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Now, when I'm doing my 3 days a week and I might start feeling like, okay, I'm used to this routine. I could throw another day in there. I can throw in an at-home workout on one of the days that I don't go to the gym and stuff like that and just kind of build on top of it, but not trying to make like this massive change overnight because there's going to be so many mental blockages and things like that. So, girl, don't even play yourself. Number 3, girl, this is a big one. Stop waiting for motivation. Listen, let me tell you, one of my quotes that I keep selling to myself over and over and over that has been embedded in my mind since January 1. Follow your plans, not the mood. Girl, if I'm not in a mood or if I'm not feeling motivated, I just want to lay in my bed and not do anything, girl, that would be majority of the time because it is easy. I mean, it's so easy just to lay there and do nothing and rot and watch TV and scroll. It takes literally zero brain power. It is just so effortless. But when you're thinking about your goals and your dreams and your aspirations, like you're not always going to be motivated to work towards them. Yes, I hate that I always have to put this disclaimer, but like, girl, yeah, you already know, rest when you need to, girl. Take it easy when you need to. You don't have to go just so hardcore. However, you need to be having some type of momentum. And you can't always be sitting there waiting to when you feel like it. Because when you think about it, like, yeah, you may let your kids have mental health days from school and stuff like that. But girl, just because your kid feel like they don't want to go to school, they still got to go and get that education because the goal is to walk across the stage, right? So you need to think about what your goal is and what it is that you need to be doing and stick to the plan. Stick to the plan and not the mood. Listen, waiting around for motivation will have you out here stuck. Like you'll be stuck. If you want to be stuck, if you want to stay in the same spot, if you don't want to move forward in 2025, girl, wait for that motivation to roll around. Just wait for the motivation. Just wait for it. You're going to be waiting forever. You may just so happen to scroll across somebody on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever your platform of choice is. And you might be like, oh man, okay, they got it. Ooh, I'm so motivated. I'm about to go set up my gym clothes. Okay, let me go ahead and set up my Shopify store or whatever the case may be. And then that person is gone or they don't post again. It's just like, you got that rush, but then it was like, because the next day you wake up and it's like, well, I don't feel like it. Well, I don't know what to do. Well, oh my gosh, I can't find that girl. Where's she at? Why she haven't posted? You're depending on other people to motivate you and give you that push. Waiting on people to give you that motivation when really you need to know how to get out of your own head, pep talk yourself and be like, listen, I don't care if you feel like getting up or not. We're going to get up. We're going to go promote this business. We're going to send the email. We're going to post the content. We're going to write the book. Whatever it is, you have to be able to pep talk yourself and get yourself out of that lack, slumber, or whatever. You're not always going to feel motivated. Honestly, y'all, I'm going to be so real with y'all. It's not that I don't like what I'm doing. I love creating content. I love talking to you guys here on YouTube and short form videos and things like that. Honestly, truly, I feel like majority of people, if they can just have a living, if they can make a living from just rotting and sitting in bed and not having to read a book and not having to better their education, baby, they would. And you have to really get out of that mindset of like, let me wait till I feel motivated to do something, because baby, majority of the time you might not even feel motivated, but you still got to get up and get it. Same thing with your job. I use the kids kids as an example earlier, but same thing with your job. You know, you may not always feel like going to work and like, yeah, okay, I'll take a PTO day or whatever. But honestly, if you don't have PTO, that PTO runs out and you know like, oh, if I take this day off, my check is going to be short. Girl, you're going to get up and go whether you're in the mood or not, whether you're motivated to go or not, right? So just keep that in mind. Number 4, eliminate distractions and excuses. Now, if you're always like, well, I don't have the time. Well, I have too many kids. Well, I'm too old. Well, I wish. I don't. I can't. Girl, stop it. Okay? Literally stop it. Okay? You have time because like I always say, you're sitting here watching this YouTube video. Okay? That is time that you could have been pouring into your business. That is time that you could have been working out. That is time that you could have been meal prepping. That is time that you could have been spending with God. That is time you could have been practicing meditation. You have the time. Stop making that excuse. Really take the time out to think about how much time you do things that do not help you take steps towards your goals. So if you know, like scrolling on social media, binge watching shows, all these things. Listen, I'm gonna be so real with y'all. That's why part of the reason why I'm like, girl, we gotta get back on track in February. Because I watched so many shows last month. I scrolled so hard last month, girl, especially when I thought TikTok was gonna be gone. I was like, girl, because that's how I get my little kiki in. Although I really do love Instagram, and Instagram is my short form content of choice, but I don't get a kiki the way I get a kiki on TikTok. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna get a laugh like this again. Scroll, laugh, scroll, laugh, scroll, laugh. And that just wasted so much of my precious time. I could have just been doing other things other than just sitting on my phone. And y'all always know it's okay to do both. It's okay to watch the TV. It's okay to scroll and stuff, but you have to find that balance. And then also you can't sit up here and make the excuse of like, well, I don't have the time, or be mad and upset because you're not reaching your goals when it's like you're not even putting in the time that you can be putting in. So one thing I did was I wrote down my top distractions, which is social media and Netflix currently. I want to encourage you to do your top 3 if you have 3, but for me, literally, I only had 2. But if you have 3, go ahead and write down your top 3 distractions. And then from there, come up with an action plan on how you're going to eliminate that. I have time frames where I actually can be on social media. That has really helped. And then also Netflix is like going to be a reward for me. Like, okay, girl, if you did everything you're supposed to do today, then you can binge a little TV, you can watch your shows and stuff like that. But if you know that you did not do everything that you said you was going to do on your to-do list, then no Netflix for you, baby. And I think this kind of taps back into my childhood a little bit too, because it's like, okay, you know, if I did good in school, then yeah, I can have my TV, my phone, I can go out with my friends and things like that. But if I don't do good in school, or if I don't do my chores, like, girl, my mama wouldn't let me watch no TV. I can go out with my friends. So it's kind of like I'm adapting that mentality back for this month, and I'm gonna see how it works for me. It's like that is a reward, you know what I'm saying, for doing what it is that you said you were gonna do and keeping your promises to yourself. That's my action plan. Your action plan may look totally different. So write down your top 3 distractions and then come up with an action plan on how you can eliminate spending time doing that thing and apply it to something else. And number 5, give yourself grace. So I know it's like, y'all probably like, damn girl, you ain't gonna be watching no TV if you don't do what it is you said you was gonna do. Yes, but also I'm going to give myself grace because I know that I can't just be like perfect. Just because the day changed to a new month, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna be just like bam, 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 bam. So I am gonna extend myself grace, but I'm gonna also make sure that I bounce back when I mess up. So that's the whole thing, sis, with, you know, extending yourself grace, but not allowing yourself to sit there and using it as an excuse. Because y'all know it's real shaky. It's a fine line between extending grace and coming up with an excuse. And I want you to be real with yourself and literally know the difference. Like, okay, well, girl, how much grace do you need? It's been 3 weeks. How much grace do you need? You know? So make sure that it is grace and you bounce back and get back on track, and you're not using giving yourself grace as an excuse. So I would say give yourself a time frame. So for me, if I fall off, baby, 48 hours max. 48 hours. All right. So, you know, maybe I fall off on a Friday, Monday we get back to it. If I fall off on a Monday, Wednesday we get back to it. I'm gonna give myself a 48-hour grace period. Okay. Now, you may be more disciplined than me, and you be like, you know what, girl, I ain't messing up 2 days in a row. If I mess up, I'm getting back to it in 24 hours. But I highly recommend not going over 48 hours. So this is going to be your homework for the week. You need to figure out, reevaluate your goals and determine, do you want to keep those same goals, add, subtract, take away, all the things. Write down your top 3 distractions and come up with an action plan for how you're going to eliminate those distractions. And also, what is your bounce back game plan? So when you fall off, how are you going to bounce back? How long are you going to give yourself to bounce back? So if you already know those things, you want to share those things in the comment section down below, or girl, just keep it to yourself in your journal or whatever. But either way it goes, I really appreciate you for being here. Thank you so very much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I will see you guys Sunday for the weekly vlog. Bye.